You want to repeat this process over and over and over. But what you really want to do is you want to go as fast as you can without a capacitor, for the simple fact is you want to put a lot of this radiant energy to the source.
What I'm drawing out here is a unwanted charge path on this coil when you use single pole switching and not double pole switching. And there it is. So again, positive. It's supposed to charge the coil like that, and that's the only way you're supposed to be charging these coils. Well, here's another charge path. Let me go to another window. Okay, now in this window you see this circuit is not running because the switch opened. Here the switch is closed, here the switch is open. And here both switches are open. That's the in-between mode between each pulse to each coil. This is what's in the middle, which is basically off for the entire system. Then you pulse the left side, you charge the coil. Next cycle is the in-between mode where everything is off. Now this is a single pole method of switching, not double pole. Here I'm just trying to show the errors that are created when switching with single pole and how those errors are corrected by switching with double pole. That's what double pole switching looks like. Two switches. So you have the in-between cycle, everything's off, and then you turn on one side, the left side here, now it's closed, and you charge here, right? What else goes on is you go this way through the diode, up here and down here. That does nothing, but it seems to create a secondary charge path, which I'm not okay with that either, even though it's not a huge problem. I don't want that going on. What other issue here we have is when we're switching the right side, we still have this, right? You see what I mean? You see? Another big problem. Because right now, I'm loading this coil when it's supposed to be off. So that's why you can't single pole switch this. And there's a lot more to this single pole switching that causes problems. Like, I'll pick them up later, and make a video. This one's going to be a short. I'm going to try to find one more thing before I close this. We've got them both open now. Single pole switching, off. Everything's off. What else happens here? The positive goes through. Can it reach its negative? Yes, it can. Another big problem. I pointed this out in the last video. Everything's supposed to be off here, but somehow I'm loading this coil. You see? Now, if you were to put this switch on the left side for both batteries and switch the position of your single pole switching to over here, let me do this correctly. this switch on the right side, put it on the left side. Like so. Bear with me with the photo editor. So when you do that, you're still following this single pole switching method here, which you just switch the side that you're switching. You're switching the positive instead of the negative now. And what does that do? Does that eliminate any of these problems? A little bit, but not completely. So let's say I were to close this gate here and charge up this coil. What happens? I let this positive out of here. Where can it go? Go through this coil and also charge it. And I don't want that. I only want to charge this one, not both of them. And apparently, when you move the switch to the other side, it still has errors. I can go on all day like this, you know, and find, you know, another unwanted circumstance. So that's that, you know, moving the switch to the other side. Still have problems. So, you know, the correction that I made to this to eliminate those problems was by adding another switch on the other pole and switching them together. So basically this would be the in-between state where everything's off, and then you would switch one side to turn one side on at a time. You would close these two switches, and that's what that relay I created does. It switches both poles with a magnetic field. So you close these two switches, and now you charge up this coil. And having it with two switches, you can see that this battery only charges this coil, not the other one. So let's see what happens. Nothing, right? Stops there, dead end. Let's say you go through this coil, you send this positive here to the diode. If this switch wasn't there, the positive would continue up and reach over to the negative, charge in the second path. The positive would also go through this coil, out here, and do nothing. Actually, that does nothing. Don't regard that. But yeah, with two switches, no problems here, you know. This positive can go nowhere. It stops there. It also stops here. This negative, of course, it'll reach the positive here. Does it go anywhere else? Nope. Stops there. Stops there. Stops there. And stops at the anode. So we're good. You see? Two switches. Must have two switches. Must have two switches. Okay, guys. See you later.